Hello everyone, this is Aziz from 10 Minute School, and today I believe I have come with a different type of a lesson. Actually, I'm going to discuss some words or some common expressions we use in relation with cars. Well, these are some words, car related words, and these are some very common expressions or phrases we use like in connection with cars. Well, let's discuss these words one by one first. First one, bonnet. Yes, some of you know what bonnet is. Bonnet is inside the bonnet you actually get the engine. Wrong. Engine. Okay, so inside the bonnet you get engine. So we call that bonnet. So sometimes you see you need to pour some water into somewhere and you need to open the bonnet and you pour water into that particular thingy. So it would be bonnet. Okay, next one, boot. Boot is actually a tiny space. It can be bigger than that in case of a huge car that you get at the back of the car. You open the boot and you keep luggages and other stuffs inside. That's what we call boot. So boots we actually have at the back of the car. Yes, probably like 25-30 years before, there were some cars they used to have boots at the front. My dad personally, he used to have a Volkswagen car and the boot was actually at the front. Okay, so in today's time, most of the boots where you keep luggages inside, they are at the back of the car. Open the boot and keep the luggages inside. Bumper. Bumper is actually, you see the car and at the front, sort of protection. Okay, I tell you something very interesting. If I ask you a question, why a bumper is attached to the car? And most of the answers would be like this: to protect the car from being injured, which is wrong. You actually have a bumper attached to the car to save people. Imagine, instead of the bumper, you actually have that strong body of the car, and if a car hits someone with that body kit, you know, that person would be like 20-30 feet up. So it is actually, bumper is a very soft metal, and in today's latest bumpers, I would say bumpers are so soft, a car hits someone with the bumper and right with the bumper comes off, or the bumper gets cracked or something happens to that. So bumper gets injured. So this is like bumpers are attached to the cars actually to save people, not for the protection of the car, right? Okay, thank you very much. Next one, gear stick. You have a little stick by your side, and actually if it's an automatic car, there would be gears like neutral and like drive and reverse that. So gear sticks are used to move the cars back and forth. Okay, then handbrake. Handbrake is a brake which you apply so that your car doesn't move when it is actually in a standing position. So we call that handbrake. Number plate. Number plate, internationally you have one at the front of the car and the other at the back of it. So number plate is actually the recognition of your car that it has been bought legally. Okay, next one, seat. You obviously know that, where you actually land on. Okay, seat belt. Now seat belts are with all the seats, even at the back seats. It might be even 3 of them at the back, but again they come with seat belts. So when you land at the seat, you make sure you put your seat belt on for your safety. Seat belts literally save lives. Okay, steering wheel, the wheel you move, right, to move the car here and there, left, right, back and all, right? That's what we call steering wheel. Sunroof. Yes, all the cars do not come with a sunroof, but sunroof is like on the roof, a little roof that you can open if you want to get that air and light in, especially sunlight in, and people call that sunroof. Okay, tire wheel. Tire is that leather one, I would say. That is tire, the leather one, and on that you get a wheel. This is actually a metal made one So will, for example, will British people call that alloy wheel? A-double-L-O-Y. Well, I guess that's correct. Okay, so British people call that alloy wheel, and there are other terms as well. I cannot remember at the moment, but most of the people call that alloy wheel. It actually, it is of no use, but it adds to the beauty of the wheel, to be very honest, to the tire, right? Okay. Some people also call that rim. So locally, this is known as rim, but internationally, it's actually known as alloy wheel. Okay. Windscreen is that front screen, which is very, very, very important, right? So that is your windscreen. On the windscreen, you get a wiper to clean the screen, to wipe off water or other dirt. So we call that windscreen wiper. Okay, American people call windscreen like windshield. W-N-D and then shield, S-H-I-E-L-D, if I'm not wrong. So American people call that windshield, and British people call that windscreen. And I believe that you really, really need to know the paths of these cars. This is very, very important. Okay, now let me discuss some very common expressions we use related to cars. First one, some people, sometimes they ask you for a lift. So you are on your way to somewhere, someone stops your car and asks for a lift. Can I have a lift to this place? And if you feel you're going to pass through that place, you can give that person a lift. So it is like if you give somebody a lift, you are going to drop someone somewhere on the way to where you are going. Well, B, if you get stuck in a traffic jam, yeah, this is a very common scene, especially in the subcontinent. Popular cities like Dhaka, obviously, is full of traffic. So someone phones you, where are you? I'm stuck in a traffic jam. It's going to take another half an hour to get there. So I'm stuck in a traffic jam. So I guarantee most of the Dhaka people, everyone at least make this sentence like 20 times a day. I'm stuck in a traffic jam and I'll be late. Rush hour, again a very common expression. Try to avoid rush hours. Now rush hours means when most of the people either go into job or coming back for job. So when you go to school, offices, college, universities in the mornings are between 8 to 10 rush hours. And again, like in the afternoon, probably like between 5 to 7 rush hours, because by then you come back home. Most of them come back home. So try to avoid rush hour. So very common. So yes, if you're coming to my place, right, you make sure you try and avoid the rush hours, because in that case it is going to take too long. If you run out of petrol, you find the gauge in your car, it says that no fuel, not fuel. Some of us we say fuel, but it's going to be fuel, F-U-E-L, right? F-U-E-L, but you're going to pronounce it like fuel, like that. But spelling is this one. Okay, so fuel. Look, you have no fuel, and this is how you say that I am running out of petrol, I'm running out of fuel, so I need to quickly get to a petrol station. You shouldn't say there is no fuel in my car. Sentence-wise correct, but it would be a bit unsmart to listen. So whenever you have no fuel in your car, and and you need to make a sentence, you can make it this way. That's I'm running out of petrol, I'm running out of fuel. Okay, next one. If you overtake somebody, now overtake, it's a very common expression. Why don't you overtake? Again, let me make a sentence. I don't like overtaking. Again, overtaking isn't a very good habit. So overtake is like to pass through another car at a greater speed of that car maintained who are passing through. Okay, so if you overtake somebody, this is you go past someone at a greater speed. Okay, often you have your car like stopped in the middle of the road. You need to phone a mechanic, right? You phone your mechanic and say, my car has broken down and I'm literally standing at this roundabout. Can you come and rescue me? So it says if your car breaks down, anything is wrong with your car doesn't move or creating any problem, That's the sentence you're going to make. If your car breaks down, means it is not moving. You're stuck somewhere at the middle of the road. So guys, these are some very commonly used expressions we use. So if you are already using a car, right, I am 100% sure you have already been using them expressions. If you're thinking about buying a car shortly, you start practicing them. If you don't even have a car, or don't you think about buying a car shortly, still you practice them because you would need them for good. Thank you very much, and that's it for today. Bye-bye.